Hello people! So today we are going to be doing a Caesar cipher or Caesar shift. This is a cipher that shifts, so say the coded message is hello, then it shifts every single letter in that message by say 3 letters in the alphabet. And after that, it decrypts, and this program will also decrypt it. So you can encrypt and decrypt a program. So in this program, we'll be using nearly all of our knowledge that we have learned in the past 3 tutorials, and this includes functions, strings, for loops, if statements, and yeah. So let's get cracking. So to start off, I'm going to show you how this cipher works. So you run the code, and it asks you, do you want to encrypt or decrypt? Let's say encrypt. Let's say the message was, hello world. Then we enter a key, let's say 7. And this is our encrypted message. If we just copy this and run it again and decrypt. Oh wait. And we want to decrypt. We copy the message. It was 7. And then it decrypts and the message is hello world. And then it runs the program again. So we're going to be learning how to code this, and let's get started. Right, so to start off, we are going to create some functions. So the first function is the encrypt. And if you remember from last tutorial, we covered this a bit briefly, but a function is written like this. It's defined by def, then the name of the function, and you can't write encrypt space Bob, whatever, Bob. This does not work. This is not recognized. So if you want to actually do something like that, you have to use an underscore. But we're just going to call it encrypt. And then you have to empty brackets or filled brackets, it doesn't matter. And then a colon. So we're going to create a string, empty string. Then we are going to get straight into the hard stuff. Well, actually, yeah, let's create some more functions. Let's create a decrypt function. Decrypt. And we're going to create the main loop, which is going to be a function called code. Right, so actually let's create the easiest part, which is the code. And let's do some printing. This is not the best way to do it, and I can show you a better way, but first let's do it this way. So before that, every single input we should just say input, do you want to blah 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 blah. But here we can do this. We can do a print statement. There. We can do a print statement. And after that, we can do choice equals input. Okay. And then create some if statements. So if the choice is equal to, and here, here I wrote an E in brackets, so they know that to encrypt they type an E. So we write if choice equals E, then the phrase, we haven't actually done these variables. Some of them we haven't done, so don't worry if there's a mistake. Input the message. There. Then the code equals get key. We haven't actually done any of these, so don't worry if there's a red squiggly line. And then we print encrypted message is, and then colon, and then a comma to specify that we want to print something else after that, and then it's encrypt, and in that we write phrase code. So now it will just come up with these yellow thingies, which means there's a mistake, but don't worry because we haven't actually done any of these variables. So then we're going to write if choice equals 2D, then phrase equals to input encrypted message the encrypted message, and then decrypt, and in that function we write phrase I got this wrong there, sorry. Encrypted message, sorry, that's wrong. That's the phrase, and then the code, another variable called code equals the get key. Again, there's no variable right now for get key, and then we print, sorry my computer's lagging a bit today, print the decrypt message is, missed out an S, the decrypted messages, and then comma, decrypt, and then that it's phrase code. There. So, and then we write else statement to specify that nothing else can be written. Wrong input. So this function is code. So to actually call this code will do nothing because we haven't actually called up the function. And so to call up the function, let's do code. Actually, even better, let's put cipher equals true, and then while cipher equals true, then put code. Code. There. So if we run this will continuously run our code. Well, we can't run it yet because there's going to be a few errors. And yeah, there's going to be a few errors, as expected, because we haven't done some variables. So to make that right, let's create our encrypt function. And let's get some few spaces. Right. So for every letter in the message, if the letter is alpha, and then it's going to be a number equals, oh yeah, and just so you know, as it says here in my code that I wrote before, all the letters are numbered like this. So if you want to call up a letter, it's like this. It's from capital A to capital Z, it's 65 to 90. And from lowercase a to lowercase z, it's 97 to 122. So let's just continue. Order letter. And then another if statement. This is a very complicated loop, I should say. Not loop, but very complicated. It's an if statement inside an if statement inside a for loop, which I'd say is decently complicated. So, is upper, base equals in the order of A, and then elif letter is lower, and lower base equals order A. Right, so this is just like make some variables here, and then we're gonna come up to the encryption phase itself. Actually, I need to go there. Right, so the encryption phase is going to be number, and I calculated some maths, and this equation right here, I'm actually going to copy that. This equation is the right equation to get all the stuff, right? So this might be highlighted in yellow, but don't worry, it's all going to be fine. Right, and then the result plus equals, so plus equals is the result plus something equals the result. Number. So now number is, oh yeah, and by the way, if you notice, PyCharm is very smart, and if we create a variable where we haven't actually called it up anywhere, so the variable is grade, that's when you know that the variable is not there. So here we call it the variable number. So this is all in the if, and then there's the else. Result plus equals letter, and this we return, and by saying return is just saving it as the result. So return basically saves all this stuff in result, right? So the decrypt is actually pretty simple. The decrypt is, the decrypt is the simplest. The maths was kind of hard, but it was kind of easy. It's encrypt the message, oh wait, have I not? Yes, yeah, I have the minus key, then, and then the get key, and this gets the key. So if you notice in the program, if we run this, the key is the amount of letters by which the code word shifts. So this, we gotta call the function get key. And then this is a new thing. We haven't actually covered this yet, and I won't delve in it too deeply, the try and except. So we'll cover that in a future video, like we did functions last video, but very briefly. So I'm just gonna do this very briefly. So I'm not actually gonna do it, explain it. Oh wait, text equals input number between 1 and 25. So 1 and 25 is because 1 is the first letter of the alphabet, 25 is the last letter. Actually, you know, yeah, there, oops, there, and then key equals the int text. So this is a way you can do this. So this is interesting, really, this way that I do this. And just a sec, return key. And a key. There. So this is a really interesting method that you can do. And it is a lot more clearer for like very beginners. It's a lot more clearer, and you get the logic behind the int statement. So I could write this out as int input enter number equals key. But this is just a much more clearer way. So actually, let's continue. And we haven't actually done. Oh my goodness, it's lagging a bit again. That's fine. We haven't done this, so I haven't actually explained the try and except. So I'm just gonna actually copy that. And now I'm pretty sure if we run this, yes, we encrypt. The message is hello world. And number 3. Oh wait. The encrypt takes 0 position arguments. Oh yeah, I forgot to specify here that it's message. And if you see that in the error here, it says that it here. Yeah, it says encrypt, which is there, takes only 0 positional arguments. So position arguments are like, it's a bit easy to explain in turtle module. So in the turtle module, you can have your sprite. It can have a shape of a triangle. It can have a shape of a square and other shapes, and it can have different colors. So that's positional argument. So you type in the name of the sprite and then the different attributes. And this is sort of the same. So as you can see here, actually, I'm going to get the same error, aren't I? Yeah. I am. So there. And then here, message key. There. So now if we run this should work now. So let's encrypt Bob, actually, hello world, and let's say 7. So there you have it. We have a working Caesar cipher now. If we check it in the decrypt 7, we have a working encryptor and decryptor. This one is way simpler to do. Well, if you look at it, it's a lot less code than the previous one. Well, it's easier to understand, and you may be thinking, I still didn't get this try and except. Well, I'm not going to cover it in this video because that's a whole new concept, and yeah, that's a whole new concept, so we are going to leave that for now. And also, just as a last recap, we have covered functions, we have covered for loops in more detail. Well, not in more detail, we just redone them. And we have covered a new thing called return. So what return does is, here you see text is blah 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 blah, and key is that, and it saves everything here as key. As you can see also here, all of this code is the result. So it returns it into the results. So that's so simple. It's really simple. Now the only hard bit was when coding for me, it was the maths behind it. But I mean, it's 26. You knew it was going to be close to the alphabet, so I just had to experiment with 26, 23, 25, and 22. So that was how I got code working, and so that will be the end for the day's session. So thank you for watching, everybody. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it a lot, and it'll help me keep getting these videos onto YouTube. And see ya.